Hey Centerpoint families, thanks so much for joining us again for our Easter family devotionals. Today is Thursday and our activity for today is actually recreating a scene from the Bible. Today our activity is a foot washing. And I know, kind of sounds a little dirty, maybe don't want to touch someone's feet, but that is precisely why Jesus did this. There's so much symbolism about why touching someone who's dirty and making them clean and all of that. So it'll be a great activity for you to do with your family. The verse comes from John chapter 13, and I'm going to read it for you before I show you how you do this. Before the Passover celebration, Jesus knew that his hour had come to leave this world and return to his Father. He had loved his disciples during his ministry on earth, and now he loved them to the very end. It was time for supper, and the devil had already prompted Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had given him authority over everything, and that he had come from God and would return to God. So he got up from the table, took off his robe, and wrapped a towel around his waist, and poured water into a basin. Then he began to wash the disciples' feet, drying them with the towel he had around them. When Jesus came to Simon Peter, Peter said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" And Jesus replied, "You don't understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will." "No," Peter protested, "you will never wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Unless I wash you, you won't belong to me." Simon Peter exclaimed, "Well, then wash my hands and my head as well, Lord, not just my feet." Jesus replied, "A person who has bathed all over does not need to wash except for the feet, to be entirely clean. And you disciples are clean, but not all of you," for Jesus knew who would betray him. That is what he meant when he said, "Not all of you are clean." After washing their feet, he put on his robe again and sat down and asked, "Do you understand what I was doing? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, because that's what I am. And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I have given you an example to follow. Do as I have done to you. I tell you the truth, slaves are not greater than their master, nor is the messenger more important than the one who sends the message. Now that you know these things, God will bless you for doing them." So, Jesus was showing that even though he was master and he was greater, he was the greatest, he was going to humble himself to serve his disciples. And so as parents, what better opportunity do we have than to wash our children's feet? And so this is my son Bobby, and I am going to show you how you wash their feet. So you probably want to have a bucket or a basin or something with some warm soapy water in it. You might want to put a towel underneath it, and then you have a rag and then a towel on hand to dry their feet. Put your feet in the water. And so you're just going to wash their feet. The water's a little warm, and so he's taking his feet out of it. It's okay. But you wash the feet. And then when they're done being washed, take them out and dry them. Then, after you're done washing their feet, as a family, you can sit around together and talk about what Jesus was talking about in this verse. Like I said earlier, it's a great symbol of humility and serving one another. You might even let your kids take turns washing your feet. That would be a lot of fun too. We hope you enjoy this family activity, and we look forward to seeing you next time.